oh my gosh, Trini's also up in arms over ketchup when it has so much other things going on in the world. You know what? First of all, it's not just ketchup. It's pepper sauce. It's condiments. Okay? Fine.
I slap you down, I slap you, I slap you down, I slap you with violence.
Watching Trini's talk about Condigate, okay, Pepper-gate, you know, what I call it Ketchup-Gate. Writers don't call it any gate. Basically, hearing Trini's talk about this entire thing dawned on me something. And I decided let me kind of share it with you guys. Now, I might be wrong and completely out of my brain. It wouldn't be the first time that I have rambled on, but herein lies the thing. I think it proved to me that we as a nation don't know to look at the issue behind an issue. Because while everyone is screaming about $2 extra for condiments, what we're really dealing with here is the idea of yet another thing in your life that you thought you had a measure of control over is no longer a reality. Ask yourself, what do you really have control over right now? Do you have control over the price of gas, the price of oil? Do you have control over what your politicians say in your name? Because they say things that are absolutely ridiculous and daft, and they say they're doing it for you, the people. Do you have control over them? You don't even have control over your bodies. This pancetta that we have been living in, right? This pancreas has taught us that we don't even have control over our bodies. We have limited control over the things that matter to us. But when it comes to consumerism, we actually have a measure of control or the illusion of control. And that is what is slowly being eroded. The illusion, or maybe control itself. Because consider this, before this pancetta, you would walk into a crowded KFC, place your order, say very much, I want 2 pieces, spicy, fries, and a biscuit. Then you would wait to be served. And if you didn't like the piece of chicken, depending on the character that you are, you would embrace your inner Karen and say to that person or persons, I did not come here for pigeon. I want breasts. Okay. Then you move across to the condiments area where you would pump until the chicken and the fries no longer existed, but all there was a menagerie of red, yellow, and whatever version of pepper sauce this is. That was your choice. You had a measure of control. Of course, if you're bougie like me, you don't really go through that pumping thing. You go up to the cashier or to whoever's serving you and say, I would like a container, please, to put my ketchup in. I'm not pouring that in there. And then, of course, the pancetta arrived and things started to close in and stuff like that. So when you did get a chance to go into your fast food outlet place, they would go and just get a bag and just put 2 ketchup and some other stuff in it. But the point was that there still was a measure of control. This little thing might actually have bigger ramifications. You know, there's a line in one of my favorite movies, You've Got Mail, where one of the characters is talking about people who walk into Starbucks, and it's like for a little while, a little moment, you feel like you have a measure of control and you can say tall, caramel, macchiato, and know that you're getting it. And yes, again, we can expound a great deal more on the idea of consumerism and how it has made us all feel like if we have a measure of control. And again, it really probably is an illusion. But you know what? Every form of control that you thought you had is moving away. So it's not so much the idea that, the country is going to heckaries and Trinis are only focusing on this. And maybe they are. But there is a bigger issue that needs to be looked at, and that was the issue of control. Now, on a personal level, I veer between liking ketchup and all these other condiments and not caring for any of it. Like if I go into an Asian restaurant, I am not going and put ketchup on any of it because the food of itself is already flavorful. If I walk into a Subway and I see people pouring ketchup and all kinds of stuff on the sandwich, I tend to get really annoyed. Fun fact, all you need is garlic sauce and a little bit of what do you call this thing? Shadow Benny sauce and red wine vinaigrette. The vinaigrette, that's all you need, really and truly. It just brings out the anyway. So yeah, but I also tend to be a ketchup fiend when it comes to things like macaroni and cheese. Like, not macaroni pie, but like macaroni and cheese and like real cheesy. And I just want to, because it makes me feel like a 6 year old or something. And I just like it. Also, consider this as a notion. Not everybody has a big bottle of pepper sauce. Because you can say, well, you don't have to buy it, you could do this at home. But not everybody has a big bottle of pepper sauce or ketchup at home. Because let's be honest, when you have your nice little glass bottle of these things, after a while, it gets crusty as heck. And well, I shouldn't really say who, but a lot of us don't necessarily eat ketchup every day or eat pepper sauce every day. So that thing is standing on there and crustying. So the little extra, whatever, serves a point. There's so many things wrong. Yes, agreed. How much of it do you have control over? And I keep harping on that. How much of it do you have control over? Do you have control over crime? You come out of your house and you might be protected, and then you find out that your neighbor lower down had their house broken into. What then? It is the little things. It is the little things that make the big difference. And don't give me this whole, well, the company was losing money and they had to raise the prices. We know you not making a profit. That's why every 5 minutes you raise the prices of your food and stuff. And Trini still go in and buy because they're there. I was there in the 90s. I remember when these things were like $14 for a snack pack or something like that. I was there. As a nation, as a democracy, you are free to agree or disagree or find issues with it. But my point here of this video is don't act like if this isn't actually a thing. The idea of the straw that breaks the camel's back, or like the story of the princess and the pea, the princess who could not sleep because there was a pea underneath her mattress or whatever the hell it was, it has merit. And why? Because the little things make a big ass difference. It is a grain of sand that irritates the oyster. This could be your grain of sand. Because you know what? You have big companies out there not taking responsibility, at least that's how it seems, not taking responsibility for the death of 4 men. And you have big companies out there pulling away at your little ounce of control, telling you, you know what? $2 is what you have to pay now for a stinking little package of ketchup. Pepper sauce. I slap you.
I slap you, I slap you down. I slap you, I slap you down. I slap you with violence.